Hello and a warm welcome to MLC TV News Hour, reaching you live from the city of Lokoja, the Confluence State of Nigeria. I am Jane Gia Balagbubu, and first the headlines. Governors attack MALAMI over Agents Commission, says AGF is not acting in public interest. Electricity workers suspends its strike for 2 weeks, and U.S. Senator meets RUTO to discuss U.S.-Kenya relations. And now the news in detail. The Nigerian Governors Forum on Wednesday described the actions of the Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice, Abubakar Malami, as regards the $418 million Paris Club refund as fraudulent and self-serving. The forum's chairman, Governor Kayode Fayemi of Ekiti State, stated this as part of a communique issued at the end of a meeting at the Presidential Villa, Abuja. Last Thursday, the AGF told journalists that state governors have no basis to refuse the over $480 million deductions from the Paris Club refund paid to consultants they hired, arguing that the governors originally created the liability whose payment they have also indemnified. The governors, however, termed Malami's claims as fraudulent, vowing to drag the AGF to the highest court in the land, the Supreme Court. Fayemi, who read the outcome of the meeting as contained in the communique, said governors extensively reviewed the purported attempts by the Attorney General of the Federation and the Minister of Finance to circumvent the law and a recent judgment of the Supreme Court to secure the approval of the Federal Executive Council to effect illegal payment of a sum of $480 million to contractors who allegedly executed consultancy in respect to the Paris Club refund to state and local governments. The NGF alleged that the Attorney General is not acting in the public interest. The governor also appealed to the federal government and the Academic Staff Union of Universities to settle their differences and open up the schools. The Senior Special Assistant to Kogi State Governor on Electronic Media, Avoy Nwogu, in collaboration with a fast-rising media outfit, the Bavon Communication, owners of Malakai Television and the Kogi Gogo Production, has organized a one-week video editing training for staff and interested youths in Lokoja. Avoy, in an interview, said the training was to empower beneficiaries to enable them to become self-reliant. She pointed out that the era of white-collar jobs was fast fading into thin air, stressing that the need for the youth to acquire skills cannot be overemphasized.
First of all, let me use this opportunity to thank the Excellency, our Excellency Alhaji Yaya Adozabelo, the Governor of Kogi State, who has given me the opportunity to be here at such a time as this, and has given us free hand to grow many youths with ability to stand for themselves. And I believe raising more youths to be strong and be capable to stand for themselves is what will bring me joy. At least as a person and as also an SSA, I'll be glad to raise many youths, taking them off the streets to become employer of labor is my joy.
The SSA, who has worked in a reputable broadcasting industry 20 years before her appointment, said her desire to raise more professionals in the industry baited the idea of the training.
Many occasions I have asked for people who can edit to even engage them in some jobs, but we hardly find one. And when we get one, they're already made. So I thought to myself that it's better to raise many, so that those who are coming up newly in the media industry will be able to have people to work with them. And apart from having to work for people, this set of persons can also stand on their own and employ others and engage many more persons to train. And so doing, we'll have more people, self-sustained entrepreneurs that are working for themselves and are making money.
While calling on them to take the training seriously, she promised that it will be extended to to some parts of the state, especially the Okene local government area, in furtherance of Governor Yahaya Adoza Bello's charge to appointees to impact society positively.
Those who have just trained on ENG editing, I'm sure they will be able to feel free with me. Come to me anytime you have issue, ask questions, because if you ask questions, that's when you will know more. You cannot know it all. 1 week we have given to you is just an intro to ENG editing. We have lot more. Next batch, I will definitely see how I'll be able to organize myself well enough to come to Okene, my local government. Even across the Kogi Central. It's another thing to be ready to train people, and it's another thing for the one you want to train to be ready to be trained. So as many that are ready to be trained, I'll make myself available.
Some of the beneficiaries appreciated the SSA for organizing the training, describing it as a dream come true.
To go a long way for me, like other skit makers now, their video editing and their voice editing doesn't rhyme with what they do and what we see. So with this training now that I have attended, I'll be able to edit the video well and perfect to make it suitable for the audience. And I appreciate them very much a lot. They tried for us because it is free of charge. It is very rare to find such occasions where people invite you to a training like this. So
I've been looking for this opportunity everywhere to train, to find where I can learn video editing and generate income from it. Well, I've gained a lot about the basics of video editing, and I'm looking forward to gain more.
Before coming here, I had the intention of, okay, let me look for a place whereby the teachings on how to create videos and then edit also, and then sometimes photography. And now with this kind of opportunity, I'm happy with it. We have so many training centers which collect this money, but thank God we got this for free.
I'm so happy to be among those that will be qualified for this, because I've been pondering on how to have this kind of opportunity, and I'm glad to be here anyway. I have no other words than to just pray for them that God will continue to replenish them. You know, when somebody's deemed it fit to see that, in what way can I help youth out there for them to earn a living, for them to become somebody in the future, they need serious prayer. I pray for them that God will continue to bless them for this they've done for us.
I've learned how to edit. Like if they should bring video to me to edit, I can try my best on that one. So at first, I'll put it in practice, then learn how to attend to people that need my help. Collect my money.
The 1 week free video editing training has 15 youth as beneficiaries. The Nigerian electricity workers under the umbrella of the National Union of Electricity Employees and Senior Staff Association of Electricity and Allied Companies have agreed to suspend the industrial action embarked upon on Wednesday for 2 weeks following the intervention of the Minister of Labour and Employment, Chris Ngige. The NUEE had on Tuesday directed its members nationwide to mobilize immediately for a serious picketing of the TCN headquarters and stations nationwide over the directive by the TCN board that all PMs in acting capacity going to the AGM must appear for promotion interview. The union also cited stigmatization of staff from the office of the head of service of the Federation from working in other areas of the power sector and refusal of the market operator to fund the payment of entitlement of ex-Power Holding Company of Nigeria staff as agreed in December 2019 after an industrial action by the union as reasons for embarking on the strike. The union then directed all its members nationwide to withdraw their services from Wednesday, August 17. Following the nationwide blackout that followed the strike embarked upon by the NUEE, Ngige summoned an emergency conciliation meeting between the federal government and the electricity workers to resolve the issues that led to the strike. The federal government, after the meeting, announced that the strike has been suspended. Emirates Airlines on Thursday announced the suspension of its flight operations in Nigeria from September 1, 2022. It said the suspension became necessary following its inability to repatriate its funds from Nigeria. international carriers operating in Nigeria have repeatedly complained about their inability to repatriate funds to their home countries. They have raised this concern on many occasions with officials of the Federal Ministry of Aviation as well as those at the Finance Ministry. Blocked funds belonging to these airlines have risen to about $600 million, as this is due to the inability of the Central Bank of Nigeria to make the United States dollar available for the carriers to repatriate. In its statement on Thursday, Emirates Airlines stated that it has tried every avenue to address their ongoing challenges in repatriating funds from Nigeria, and they have made considerable efforts to initiate dialogue with the relevant authorities for their urgent intervention to help find a viable solution. It added, regrettably, there has been no progress. Therefore, Emirates has taken the difficult decision to suspend all flights to and from Nigeria to take effect as from September 1, 2022, to limit further losses and impacts on their operational costs that continue to accumulate in the market. It, however, noted that should there be any positive developments in the coming days regarding Emirates' blocked funds in Nigeria, the airline would, of course, reevaluate its decision. In line with the constitutionally clear mandate of the Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps (NSCDC) and the unparalleled efforts of the Commandant General (CG) NSCDC CG Ahmed Abubakar Audi to rejig, revamp, reposition and reinvigorate the Corps towards maintaining 24-hour surveillance over infrastructure, sites and projects for the federal, state and local government. The Zonal Commander, Zone A, Lagos, Assistant Commandant General ACG Olasupo Adebayo Solomon, has immediately charged the Lagos State Commandant of the Corps, Commandant Eweka Edenabu Okoro, and other strategic, tactical and operational commanders in the zone to deploy adequate number of personnel to all the critical national assets and infrastructure (SINAI) of the zone. The ACG Zone A, Lagos, Solomon expressly gave the charge in the presence of some media organizations to secure all critical national assets and infrastructure comprising custodial centers, telecommunications and electrical installations, railway stations and assets, oil pipelines, schools, hospitals, stadia, National Museum, National Theatre and many more in the state. During an emergency summon of his management staff, strategic, tactical and operational commandants Wednesday at the Zone A, Zonal Command Headquarters at Obalende in Lagos. In his words, ACG Olasupo Solomon said the Commandant General Audi has instructed all management staff and heads of all NSCDC formations across the nation to sit up and confront the criminally minded persons in the society with renewed vigor and determination, especially in Lagos, which is the commercial nerve center of Nigeria. Now on crime. In pursuance of its operational mandate of nipping crimes in the bud, operatives of the Edo State Police Command has unraveled a suspected ritual shrine. Following credible information at the command's disposal that some corpses were discovered in a building along Asoro slope of Ekenhua Road, Uzebu Quarters, Benin City. Operatives of the command immediately swung into action and mobilized the scene. At the scene, 3 suspects, Chimobi Okwewu and Oko Samuel, both of Afikpo in Ebonyi, and Gideon Sunday of Akwa Ibom State, were arrested while others fled. An intensive effort is ongoing to arrest the other fleeing suspects. 15 mummified male corpses, 3 mummified female corpses and 2 mummified children corpses were discovered at the scene. To this end, the Edo State Commissioner of Police, CP Abutu Yaro, has directed the Deputy Commissioner of Police in charge of State CID to carry out a discreet investigation to unravel the circumstances surrounding the discovered corpses, and therefore enjoins the general public to be calm as the command will continue to ensure the safety of all law-abiding citizens and those residing in Edo State. We go on a short break. We'll be right back.
Get human interest stories right here on MLC TV with entertainment, sports, business, culture, tourism, and fashion news stories all featured on MLC TV. Not forgetting political and current affairs news, state and federal government and people's matters will be discussed regularly on MLC TV. MLC TV, your one-stop online destination for unbiased, accurate news, entrepreneur ideas, and youth matters to the rest of the world. MLC TV, reaching everywhere, informing everyone.
Welcome back. Now on foreign. Bilen Seyum, speaking for Ethiopia's Prime Minister, has denied accusations by Tigrayan forces that they were being targeted by federal troops. On Wednesday, Tigrayan spokesperson Getachew Reda accused the government in Addis Ababa of undermining efforts to find a peaceful solution to the country's civil war by taking provocative actions against their forces. But speaking to journalists on Thursday, Seyum said the accusations were deflections and a way to avoid engaging in peace talks. Efforts to bring the warring parties together to end the 22-month conflict in Ethiopia's north have reportedly shown progress in recent months. But in the past few days, the two sides have exchanged strong words with the Tigrayan forces, accusing the government of deliberately delaying talks. But Bilen said the government is willing to engage anytime and come to a conclusive agreement on an immediate ceasefire. It was reported earlier that the United States Senator Chris Coons is in Kenya for meetings with Deputy President William RUTO, who was declared the winner of last week's presidential election, as well as his main rival, Raila Odinga, who disputes the results. A meeting with President Uhuru Kenyatta was also arranged. The U.S. Embassy in Nairobi has now tweeted that the senator and RUTO have met. They discussed the U.S.-Kenya strategic partnership, promotion of peace and security in the region, and ways to strengthen the two countries' economies. As Deputy President, RUTO still has official duties to perform, but in the tweet, there was no mention of RUTO's victory or the dispute around it. The U.S. Embassy in Nairobi has not yet congratulated the Deputy President on his win. Earlier in the week, it did note that he was declared the winner and praised the Electoral Commission and Kenyans for the peaceful and orderly voting process. Senator Coons has also met Odinga to discuss shared democratic values, according to the U.S. Embassy's Twitter account. Again, there was no mention of whether the election was discussed. The senator also met President Uhuru Kenyatta in what was described as a courtesy call. Let's join Joanna Malik for the sport update.
And on sports update, Nigeria under-20 girls Falconets set a World Cup group stage perfect record for themselves after beating Canada 3-1 in Alajuela on Thursday morning to finish with a perfect 9 points out of 9 in Group C. Head coach Chris Musa said before the encounter that his girls would seek to win even as a quarter-final ticket was already in the bag in order to sustain their winning mentality following hard-fought victories over France and Korea Republic. That was exactly what the Falconets did. African best team conceded their first goal of the competition. The first half ended 2-1, while the third goal was scored in the second half of the game to seal a comfortable win for the Falconets. Their Imperial campaign in the group stage ends the Falconets a quarter-final date with the Netherlands in Alajuela as from 1 a.m. on Monday Nigerian time. Still on sports, the Federal Ministry of Youth and Sports Development dissolved the Interim Management Committee for Nigeria Basketball with immediate effect. This is contained in a statement by the Director Press and Public Relations of the Ministry, Mohammed Manga, in Abuja on Wednesday. The ministry thanked the chairman and members of the defunct committee for their invaluable services to the basketball family and the Federal Republic of Nigeria. The federal government, in addressing the lingering crisis in the Nigerian Basketball Federation (NBBF), set up an interim management committee (IMC) in June following Nigeria's withdrawal from international competition for 2 years. Consequently, with the federal government's recession from its earlier withdrawal of the Nigerian basketball from the international scene and relisting the NBBF beginning from Nigeria's participation in FIBA Basketball World Cup 2023 African qualifiers in Kigali, Rwanda, the continuation of the IMC is no longer necessary. And that's Sport Update on MLC TV News. I am Malik Jonah reporting.
Thank you, Jonah, for the updates. And that is the size of our package today. Join us tomorrow at this same hour to watch our news as we give you updates on happenings within and across the globe. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, MALAMI TV, like and follow our Facebook page, MLC TV, Instagram, MLC TV 2021, and Twitter at MLC TV1. For your events, coverage, information, contribution, adverts, and sponsorship, please call any of our numbers displayed on your screen. Join us Fridays and Saturdays to watch our special programs. It is MALAMI TV, reaching everywhere, informing everyone. I am Jane Gia Balagbubu. Please continue to be your brother's keeper to build a united and peaceful society together. Good day, and thanks for watching.